Heyo, it's Wolfletech, and I'm going to answer the age-old question on why I like trains. I've always had a huge fascination with trains. The railroads are crucial to the history of the United States, both federally and locally. I love history, more specifically, local history. And the railroads were crucial with my hometown's history. Through research and piecing things together, it just made my love of the railroads even more vast and enjoyable. Fall River has an interesting history because of two things: the river and the railroad. It all started before 1846 with Alfred Brayton when they built a mill on the Crawfish River. This made the downtown close to the river, now the intersection of Main and South Streets. This is where Fall River would be established. Between 1857 and 1864, a new railroad was under construction, which would go right near the town, but not near the established village. The Chicago, Milwaukee, and St. Paul line was just built to the southwest of the established village. The distance ended up being a little far for some businesses and that rely upon the railroad. And a second downtown was established right next to the tracks. The post office, bank, and even a store or two were located at the intersection of road and rail. There was once a station over there, no longer served, and was torn down mid-20th century. Amtrak still serves this line, but stops at nearby Columbus.
Growing up, this quirk of my hometown was always an interesting fact and also explains why most of the village is one long street. The history of the town is tied to the river and the railroad. Both items I grew up loving. The schools, being in one building near the old downtown, was still close to the tracks and we would hear the trains all day long. Some science classes would use the train horn plus the temperature to figure out the speed of sound in classes, which just was a cool way to learn. On recesses we would hear them. Heading home, hear them. It became a part of our childhood. When in high school, all the talk was about high-speed rail, connecting Madison to Milwaukee. There was excitement for this as Madison and Milwaukee are close but still long enough drive when grabbing the train would be convenient even for me. This was all shot down by the incoming governor. I'm not going to go into politics, but some of the things that they did still affect me to this day. I will say, this is a podcast that Wisconsin Public Radio put out. It goes in the details of how high-speed rail, like what happened to it, how it happened, what happened to the trains, and what's towards the future. I did definitely recommend checking it out. I've been on Mid-Continental Railway Museum trains in North Freedom, and also rode an Amtrak when I was younger somewhere to Milwaukee with my grandma. But I didn't get to take Amtrak by myself until 2022, when I traveled to Denver. For that leg, I rode the Hiawatha from Milwaukee down to Chicago, and then the California Zephyr from Chicago to Denver. That trip was full of stories and can be a video all of its own. That experience made my love of trains even stronger, and if there's a train to a destination, I will see if that's an option for my route. Train travel, even though sometimes is the same speed as driving, is superior in my mind. There's a lot you can do on a train that you can't do while driving. And living in the Midwest, we do have a lot of fun locations we can hop onto a train to get to. Just like my first time on the long-awaited Borealis line. On May 21st, 2024 was the first running of the new Chicago, Milwaukee, St. Paul trains called the Borealis. On one of the first days of the train, I got to ride it. I took it up to the Wisconsin Dells. This was the first time I got to ride the tracks I grew up watching, hearing trains on, and went through my hometown on the rails. It was slightly surreal that I finally did it on the new line. I came back on the southbound train a couple hours later, and my ticket was only $16 round trip. Worth it. And I made sure to sit on the right side so that way you could see right where the old depot was. Yep, that's the entire intersection. Small towns.
To this day, the Borealis route is one of the most successful new train routes for Amtrak. Columbus just got new platforms for the train station to better serve the trains. History in the area is related with the trains. Both old and modern history are affected by them. We can't deny that every one of us have not been affected by trains and railroads. It's a part of our history, and that's why I like trains. Thank you all for sticking until the end, and remember, a Woo Together community forever. Bye! I'm gonna go watch some more trains. Bonus train! Bonus freight train.